Vindicated. Vindicated. Prince Harry is cleared of bullying claims, which Dr. Chandor came out about her misogyny, misogyn war, bullying, harassment. All those were lies, unsubstantiated. Nothing like that happened. The Charity Commission came back and said, not happening. We did not find anything. However, they did not make a definitive ruling, and I don't like this for more reasons than one. I'm glad they cleared Prince Harry and that nothing like that. And we know that was just farce. We know nothing like that happened. But at the same time, she's still at the helm of Sentebale. Harry has quit outright. He's going to maybe form a new charity. And that's so unfortunate because at the end of the day, who suffers? The children. The children. She was so selfish in everything she went. It was a hostile takeover. And at the end of the day, basically, it's a wash. And I don't like that. I'm glad he was cleared, but at the same time, the love of the charity that he loved and invested so much in is now out of his hands, which is very sad. So as I say, he was cleared of all bullying, all harassment, all misogyny, all misogyn war, ridiculousness, foolishness. But Sentebale's real scandal is still unresolved. So today's story isn't just about Prince Harry. It's about accountability, governance, and what happens when a charitable mission gets lost in personal power struggles. The UK's Charity Commission has officially cleared Prince Harry of serious allegations, bullying, harassment, misogyny, misogyn war, as I've said, all of those words, and even the racially charged claim of misogyn war in connection with his involvement at Sentebale, the charity he co-founded with Princess. After a 4-month investigation, the commission found no evidence of any misconduct by Harry. But if you stopped reading the headlines there, you'd miss the bigger story. And it's one the media is barely touching. This is not a scandal of character. It's a tragedy of squandered purpose. A charity created in the memory of two beloved mothers, Princess Diana and Queen Mamahata, to support vulnerable children affected by HIV and AIDS in Lesotho and Botswana, has now been derailed. Not by Harry, not by any financial mismanagement, but by leadership failure, boardroom dysfunction, and unchecked ego at the top. Who is at the top? Dr. Chandler. She was a chair. Dr. Chandorka, she's a chair. Let's unpack what really happened here. Sentebale was once a shining example of royal-led humanitarian work, but recent internal disputes led to Prince Harry and Princess resigning from the charity they helped build. The Charity Commission found no wrongdoing by Harry, nor any overreach in his role as patron. In fact, the investigation revealed that Harry had no operational control of the organization. He wasn't a trustee, he wasn't the chair. His role was symbolic. Supportive, a patron and a founder with a deep personal commitment to the mission. But that mission fell apart due to poor governance. The Commission's report revealed a deeply fractured organization, one with no clear complaints process, poorly defined delegation of authority, and trustees who allowed internal issues to explode into the public domain. And we know that was Shandoka because she was the one who let it explode, did that big interview, and the Charity Commission is saying that was wrong. You put the organization or the charity into dispute when you air your dirty laundry in public. All of that was unnecessary. The consequence: damage to the charity's credibility, damage to its fundraising, and worst of all, damage to the very children it was created to serve. So, if Harry was cleared, who is left at the center of this mess? Dr. Sophie Shandorka, the charity's current chair, remains in position despite multiple concerns raised about her leadership. She made public accusations against Prince Harry on Sky News, alleging bullying, misogyny, misogyn war, and fundraising damage tied to Harry's public image. The Charity Commission found no evidence to support any of those claims. Let that sink in. The chair of the charity publicly accused the charity's founder and global face of serious misconduct. The commission says she was wrong, and yet she still holds her post. Harry and Cecil left in protest. Every trustee resigned. Over $427,000 in consultancy fees were authorized under Shandorka's leadership for a failed fundraising strategy that delivered no reasonable or measurable returns. And the charity's once prominent events, like its polar fundraising, vanished. All of that gone, right? According to the commission, all sides were at fault for failing to resolve internal issues professionally. But while Prince Harry's name was publicly dragged through the mud, the commission quietly confirmed he did nothing wrong. That hasn't stopped media outlets like the Daily Telegraph from trying to frame Harry's resignation as reckless, ignoring the fact that trustees had already asked for the chair to step down long before Harry made any public statement. This wasn't one man causing disruption. This was a board in collapse, a mission hijacked, and a cause abandoned by poor leadership. It's a hostile takeover. Let's just call it what it is. The governance problems at Sentebale are clear. But here's where things get even more troubling. Observers are pointing out the double standards in how the Charity Commission handled royal-linked charities. When King Charles's foundation accepted $2.5 million in cash from a former Qatari prime minister, money reportedly delivered in bags and suitcases, the commission saw no need for a full investigation. But here at Sentebale, no financial misconduct, no bullying, no harassment, and yet the commission issued a full regulatory action plan and allowed the media circus to paint Harry as the villain. Why the difference? Why does the working royal establishment always seem to walk away unscathed? And now, Sentebale's future appears to be shifting. One of the newly appointed trustee, Ian Rawlinson, has long-standing ties to Prince William. His appointment in March, right in the middle of this crisis, has sparked concern that Sentebale may now be sliding into the orbit of the working royals Harry chose to separate himself from. In spare, Harry recalled William once saying, "Africa is my thing." And now, with Harry out, William is linked to two African conservation charities, Tuck's Trust and United for Wildlife. Meanwhile, Harry is left formally connected to just one, African Parks. It's hard not to view this as strategic, a quiet power play, and the children of Lesotho and Botswana are the collateral damage. Prince Harry's spokesman or spokesperson welcomed the commission's findings, especially the confirmation that he committed no wrongdoing. But the statement also highlighted what the commission didn't say. It didn't address how one individual, the chair, could remain in position after every trustee walked away. It did not explain why her unsupported accusations were given public airtime, and it did not confront the lasting impact her leadership has had on Sentebale's finances and trust. The most damning line in Harry's team statement: the consequences of the current chair's actions will not be borne by her, but by the children who rely on Sentebale's support. Sentebale must now file its financial accounts for the year ending December 2024 by September 30, 2025. Observers will be watching closely. With Harry and Say So gone, longtime donors shaken, and a damaged public image, the charity faces an uncertain future, and yet the woman who presided over its collapse, Sophia Shandorka, remains untouched. Prince Harry, on the other hand, walks away from a project he helped to build from the ground up, one that honored his mother's legacy, one that mattered deeply to him. He wasn't forced out by wrongdoing, but by a toxic environment, media vilification, and a governance system that failed to protect its mission. So what have we learned? That even the most noble causes can fall victim to ego. That leadership without accountability is a recipe for ruin, and that Prince Harry was never the problem, but he paid the price anyway. The children of Lesotho and Botswana deserve better. They deserve a charity led with integrity, purpose, and truth. Let's hope that one day, Sentebale can return to the mission it was created for. Until then, the world is watching. Prince Harry was cleared. The chair remains and the mission suffers. So that's what I wanted to bring it, guys. Nothing basic. The great news is that Prince Harry was cleared of all this ridiculous misogyny, war, harassment, bullying that she concocted. But at the end of the day, she's still the chair. So it's a hustle. She took over the man's charity, and she's still the chair of the charity. She should step down. She should have resigned, and she should still resign. There is time for her to still resign because it is wrong. But I'm glad Prince Harry was clear. He was vindicated, and that's just how, unfortunately, the children are going to be suffering. But as I say, he's going to maybe come up with a new charity under the Archwell banner, and that way the children will still be impacted and still be served. So we wait for that chapter, all new chapters in Harry's life, and we look forward to what's next. But God is good. He's cleared. No bullying. All of those accusations were just ridiculous to begin with, and we move on. So bye guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.